ask questions, 100 questions. 100 questions let them ask, and please answer, because with this only their mind is going to, explore things. Mind is going to expand itself. It's very important. Experimentation is the key word for the humanist. Inquiry and experimentation. J for joy of learning. Humanists always say that one should enjoy their work. They never say that no, we should be serious. No, joy, you should enjoy your work. Work should become joy for you. Your life should be a purpose, and your purpose should be your life. Your life should be for a purpose. Who knows better than you, actually? Who knows better than you, dear sisters and brothers? Who knows better than you that life should be for a purpose, and the purpose is for life only. So they are two very much interlinked. Joy and work should be interlinked. Otherwise, work becomes a burden. So never make your work to be a burden for you. Work should be joy. In our school, City Montessori schools, sometimes teachers do not feel like going home because they find joy in the work. Whenever functions are there, they feel like staying and staying. Today I was seeing how much those ladies were deriving joy from their work when His Holiness was there, and how much His Holiness was deriving pleasure. First time I saw that great saint, he was also putting those petals on the heads of those ladies. Otherwise, generally we put, but he also picked up the petals and put on the heads of those ladies. What a great way to reciprocate, to make, to find joy in everything. From these small things you learn. Those wonderful women, I learned so much from them. They were finding so much of joy. Then His Holiness was finding so much of joy when reciprocating. That's why the divinity on the face comes. The divinity on the face comes from the joy of learning. Otherwise, it will become a drudgery. It will just become a drudgery for every one of us. When Brother Thomas and the Holiness were sitting, how they were sharing with each other things. How they were sharing. The small things, those lovely, he said, it is my informal way of life. A great man, he wants to see us happy. He doesn't want that it should become a drudgery when you are listening to them. So same way, we should make our teaching also very interesting with the students. It should become a joy to them. It should be very, very interesting. That is the real humanism. Humanism is nothing else. It is not in the books and the theories and in the journals and somewhere in the libraries. It is very much in our hearts, in our minds, in our small things which we do. Today I saw so much of humanism in action here. In that 1 hour, I learned so much. Next time I'm also going to do the same. When someone does that for me, I'm going to do the same. So you learn humanism in action, I saw. It is not in books. You learn it like this only. So this is a supreme art. Supreme art, how teacher to awaken in the joy in the students. The joy of learning becomes a lifelong process that never stops. A process that creates a logical individual. This process will never stop. This is imprinted in your mind. If the learning becomes joy, it is imprinted in your mind. Know thyself. Socrates said, the best form of humanism, it goes to that Socrates age. Know thyself. K stands for know thyself. Don't try that you should know others first. First know yourself. That is the most important thing. Why I am getting up every morning? Why do I get up every morning? Why I am going to school? Why when our whole work finishes, what I have achieved today? What am I? Who am I? Why I am in this world? Many of us do not find these answers even when we are on the deathbed. We do not find these answers. So this is important, know thyself. If you have known yourself, that's the most pristine form of humanism. Because if you know yourself, you can help others also to know themselves. You can help others also to know themselves. The principles of humanism are founded on the beliefs that every person possesses an infinite and incalculable value. They have deep faith in the transforming power of knowledge as an internal process of growth and self-discovery. Know thyself of the Socratic tradition. This is Laura Zucker's quote, know thyself, the importance in education. So you have to first know yourself, to empower your students, to let them know themselves, because less maths knowledge, 100% science is important. Who says it is not important? But more important in life is to know yourself. So facilitate, help your children to know themselves. Liberation of mind is very important. Today we spoke a lot about mind. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is very right. The humanist example he gave, His Holiness, the mind in its own self and in itself can make a heaven of hell and a hell of heaven. These are famous lines by Milton. The mind in its own self can make a heaven of hell and a hell of heaven. Your mind is everything. Mind can be a good servant. Mind can be a very bad servant. And a good, anything, it can be a master also. Mind can be a very bad master. It can be a good servant. So it's your mind which plays everything with you. Nothing else is outside. There is nothing in Bombay, Kolkata, Bangalore, or anywhere in Delhi or Switzerland or USA. There is nothing. Everything is in your mind. Some people are not happy. They are staying in the best part, best houses, richest of people. Some are not happy because their mind is not happy. Some people are happy even in the rags. They are very happy. Very, very happy. There's a lady on the YouTube who is circulating, who is singing. How happy, even when she was on the railway station, she was singing. She looked very happy. She was in her own world and very happy in her own world. And now also, nothing is affecting her. She's very happy when she is singing. So that is the happiness of the mind we are talking about. Happiness of the mind, liberation of mind. How you can remain happy, how your children can remain happy in the worst of situations even. Whereas I have seen in the best of situations, these children are not happy. Sorry to say. In the best of situations, children are not happy. Best they have got at home, but they are not happy. They are resorting to such things, which these, I don't want to mince any words, but drugs and all that. In the best of situations, they are not happy. So see, this is the poem by Rabindranath Tagore. I will skip it, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Motivation is again very important for humanists. Motivation. This is the motivation, Maslow's theory. These needs, first we go to the physiological needs, breathing, food, water, sleep. Then safety needs, security of body, of employment. Then love, friendship, family. Esteem, self-esteem, confidence, achievement. But self-actualization is the most important, pristine form of humanism. That is creativity, spontaneity, morality, problem solving, lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts. Because many problems these days are born from jealousy. I have seen jealousy, hatred, anger. Anger, you are one step next to danger. Add D to it, it becomes danger. It just becomes danger. Add D to it, anger becomes danger. So anger management, we don't know. We don't know what children will know. This is humanism we are talking about. We don't know anger management. We don't know how the children will know. On small things we get angry these days. I have seen children getting angry on small things. They are not able to manage their anger. Small things, they think that the world is going to come down. So this is what the lack, which is as teachers we are really needed. The humanists want a non-threatening environment. Fully safety, humanistic educators insist that schools need to provide students with a non-threatening environment. Open-endedness. O stands for open-endedness. Relish the adventure of being part of new discoveries, seeking new knowledge, exploring new options. Humanists enjoy the open-endedness of a quest. Humanists always say either you innovate or you vegetate. Humanists always say either you innovate or you vegetate. So at least imitate. Even imitation is accepted. Even imitation is accepted with the humanist. Otherwise, you will just vegetate. So creativity is very important. Open-ended mind, open-ended quest. Brother has come because he has given me time only till 1:30. Brother, I'll take 10 minutes more, just 10 minutes more. And then I will finish with my address today. Humanists believe in positivity. The P, I'm on my alphabet P, positivity, always. Humanists never believe in negativity. They only believe in positivity. Because for them, longitude and latitude doesn't matter. It is the positive attitude only which matters. Only positive, positive, positive. Think positive, you become positive. Think negative, you become negative. Every thought you think is creating your future. Every thought which you think is creating your future. Right now also what you are thinking is creating your future. And not only your future, dear friends, the future of your students also. Because whatever you think is creating your future. And the future of your students. So positivity is very important. So always find for the positive things of your students. If you find if you always pinpointing their limitations, if you are always pinpointing their shortcomings, they will turn their positivity also into shortcomings. But if you are always going for positive things, they will even forget about their shortcomings and they will only go for their positive things. So always positivity. Humanists believe in the power of the possible. They believe in the power of the possible, that anything is possible. They always believe. They do not believe in the power of the impossible, power of the possible. So that is the power of the possible. That is your power. That is the power of the teacher. The power of the possible. Human body has limitations, but mind has no limits. I'm here. My mind can be at the same time. My mind can be in New York. Mind is very dynamic. Mind has no limits. So humanists always feel that how you use your mind, how a teacher uses his mind, how a head teacher uses his mind is going to affect the entire school and the entire society. We have to implant great thoughts in the minds of younger generations. Children should not be told what they cannot do. They should be made aware of their unlimited potential. Never tell the children what they cannot do. Rather tell them, you can do this, you can do this. And they will start doing it. Quest for knowledge and perfection. Q for humanist stands for quest for knowledge and perfection. For excellence, for knowledge, for perfection. We should be perfect because mediocrity doesn't pay these days. These days, mediocrity doesn't play at all. It is your perfection only which is going to pay you. Your excellence. Why should we be less? If other person can do, we can also do. We can also do it. Taking responsibility. Teach your children to take responsibility. That's another very important hallmark of humanists, to become responsible. You have to take responsibility for your actions. It's very important. Your rights are their duties. Their duties are your rights. So it's important that we go for taking responsibilities. Humanistic view of education believes in developing the ability to take responsibility for what is learned and to practice in real life situations. Multifaceted skills. Gone are the days when we used to say that only one skill is enough. Multifaceted skills. And soft skills are the most important skills these days. As for multifaceted skills plus soft skills. Soft skills are not very, soft. They're very substantial. Soft skills are very important these days. We have to go for soft skills. I will skip, you can see multifaceted, now I'll skip this slide. Teachers are those for humanists who are touching lives. A teacher has to play multifarious roles these days. As teachers, you have to be a teacher, a mentor, a guide, a guru, sometimes a watchdog, sometimes a policeman also, sometimes a sports person. You have to play with your children. Sometimes, anything under the sun, a teacher has to do that. Or teachers touching lives. Humanists do not give one type of role to the teachers. They say a teacher has to be multifaceted teachers. I will skip this slide also. So the teacher has to be passionate, caring, knowledgeable, inspiring teachers who brings the curriculum to life by making it meaningful, enjoyable, relevant, and vibrant. Inspiring teachers become a role model to the students. You have to become a role model to the student. Greek philosopher Aristotle said the best way to teach character is through example. And again I will say that you are the best examples to anyone. As I will skip this one also. It is not enough for the teacher to love the child. She must love, but first understand their universe. She must prepare herself and truly work at it. Maria Montessori said that the teacher has to be the role example also, but side by side, she must understand the universe also of the child. She has to be a part of the child. She has to know where the shoe is pinching, how the child is affected. A teacher has to act as an explorer and a psychologist. So I will skip this one, Shoji Shiva's, otherwise this was an excellent analogy. Shiva's drawing of himself diving into a fish bowl, swimming with a fish, and then jumping out to think about what it is like to be a fish. Then you only realize that what it is like. This I will skip. This is the form of teaching that transcends technique and comes from the heart in its ancient sense. Ancient sense, the humanists say that a teacher should know the universe of the child, the place where the intellect and emotion and spirit will convert in the human self. I'll skip this one also. The greatest sign of success for a pre-primary teacher is to be able to say, the children are now working as if AI did not exist. Sometimes you have seen teachers are not there even, but children are still working. Even a purse of a teacher is also lying. The children are working. There is so much of respect and awe. So teachers should touch lives. Teachers should be touching lives. Not only that you are there after only when you are in the class, the discipline has to be there. No, that is not a humanistic way of thinking. Those are not included in what we say soft skills. Uniqueness, just 4 are left now. Uniqueness, every child is unique, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. Every child is unique. As from a humanist point of view, every child is unique. Every child is unique in body, mind and spirit. So you have to deal differently with every child. You cannot deal with them, just, a common mass, an army of students. No, you cannot, even in army they do not deal like that. There's a person to person, but they cannot be as a regiment or something like that. So every child, you have to cater yourself as per child, deal differently and as per their intellect. No child is incapable. Every child is differently able, ladies and gentlemen. No child is incapable. As a humanistic point of view, no child is incapable. Every child is potentially the light of the world, but at the same time, the child can be the cause of immense darkness if the right kind of education is not given to the child. A child's mind is like a wet cement. Whatever falls upon it makes an impression. So how important your role is, dear brothers and sisters. Catch them young and innocent. Always, right from the history, right from the ancient times, it is always there, catch them young and catch them innocent. Because those are the most formative years. The mind is blank. The mind is like a clean slate. Value education is again very important. I'm on the V now, just 3 more alphabets left. Brother, for you. And then value education is very important as for a humanistic point of view, because without values we are nothing, we are just lifeless. So value education of students, punctuality, fairness, health, courtesy, respect for property and neatness. Humanistic educators also assert schools should encourage the democratic and humanitarian values of tolerance, self-respect, freedom of thought and social responsibility and the like. Whole person. As humanists, we believe in whole person. W stands for whole person. IQ plus EQ plus SQ is equivalent to total quality person. Intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, and then spiritual quotient. IQ plus EQ plus SQ. The humanistic approach tends to engage the whole person, the intellect, feelings, social capacities, and artistic and practical skills. They are all important for growth and development. Accelerating knowledge. X for knowledge is important, a very important part of life. And then why yearning for learning? We, as I told you, a good teacher is a perpetual student. Those who dare to teach never cease to learn. So humanistic attitude is always that there should be a yearning for learning. A happy life is one spent in yearning, learning and gaining. Just for life and seek enlightenment. Just for life. Always, enthusiasm. Our enthusiasm should be so much in life that it should be infectious. It should be infectious. I always appreciate brother's enthusiasm. I always tell him, brother, you are, whatever you look like, but you behave just like a young boy of 22 years. His enthusiasm is so much. Sometimes at night also at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, he will come out with such a bright idea. That is his enthusiasm. That is his wisdom. That this is the wisdom of Father Jimmy, that, for you they make it possible. For you they made it possible that it is such a wonderful place, such a wonderful ambience, such a wonderful people are all getting together. They have not done it for themselves, for you all. So this is enthusiasm. This is just for life. Just for life at every time, every stage, every minute. You are alive, otherwise you are nothing if you are not alive. Actually, humanism is just a way of life. It is an art of living. It is nothing. As I told you, from chaotic complexity, humanism takes us to elegant simplicity. It's a jest of life. You all are a living form of humanism. You are yourself humanists. So this is the jest of life which stands for humanism. And this is the jest of life which made me come to this conference also. I really wanted to meet you all. I really wanted to be here. And I really wanted to share my ideas and thoughts from you and learn a lot from you. So this is what brought me here. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me such a patient hearing. I'm very grateful once again to you all, and to Brother Thomas, and to Father Jimmy, and of course to Sister Priscilla, who has become such a good friend of mine. Brother is standing here, and I'm very, very grateful to you. And I was telling Brother now that next conference again you host in Lucknow. I want to have all my friends back in Lucknow. But anyway, that is his wish. Thank you so much, Brother. Thanks a lot.
Dear Dr. Vinita Kamran, thank you so much. Within the limited time, you were able to give us the details, A to Z alphabets of humanism, and enlightening on the theme of the convention, Education for Humanism. Here is Sister Babita, FMM, Principal Mumbai, to propose vote of thanks to Dr. Vinita Kamran.
When God created the universe, He set aside the last day to create the crown of creation, the human being. But He did it in 2 steps. First, He created the draft piece, then He created the masterpiece, the woman. So, ladies and gentlemen, women, gentlewomen, ladies, gentlemen, a round of applause to Mrs. Dr. Vinita Kamran for speaking to us with such vehemence and conviction. She detailed to us A to Z of education for humanism. And I have just 2 alphabets for her, C and D. Courage, commitment, conviction, and creativity. She has it in plenitude. And D, discipline, devotion, dedication, and determination. Thank you for being a person who sets change. She's a change maker and a trend setter. As she mentioned at the end, catch them young, catch them innocent is her punchline, and I'm sure the kind of energy she infuses is a sign that she believes and practices all that she preaches. So we have been wonderful audience, listening to every bit of what you spoke and what you had intended to speak as well. Because if time permitted, you would address and speak to us at length. And I'm sure your valuable experiences these years are treasure trove of wisdom itself. So here is giving a special cheer to the sacred feminine. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Sister Babita, for expressing the gratitude and gifting Dr. Kamran with C and D alphabet, courage and discipline. So here is Brother Varghese to offer her a memento on behalf of AINACS. And Brother Thomas will hand over a gift, a special gift wrapped. So thank you, Madam.